So after the Red Wings had a rough week last week where nothing went their way, the Wings were able to stop the bleeding and get the season right back on track by getting a couple good wins against Eastern Conference foes, despite one little hiccup in the middle. The Pistons' hot start to start off the season has now come to a crashing halt. As this week, after the Pistons got to a strong start, this week they got dick punched right back to reality. So let's take a look at how Detroit sports fared this week.
Detroit basketball!
So for the Pistons this week, well, let's just say for this week, less said about this week the better, because good lord, the Pistons were outright fucking horrible this year. Like, they lost all 3 games this week, and all their losses were by at least double digits. Like, losing to Phoenix, losing to Oklahoma City, losing to Portland, and then also the loss against the Pelicans. Like, this week was just a bad week. Like after the strong start to the year last week, this week was just being sent right back down to earth. Just the Pistons, despite any progress the Pistons have made, they still got a long ways to go before they can get anywhere close back to the top. All I say is Troy Weaver and Monty Williams got their work cut out for them so far to start off this early season. Just a rough week for Detroit basketball. And a lot of fans questioning if Cade Cunningham is the guy or not. It's like, can we not do this talk this early in the season? Can we possibly maybe talk about it in the off season? Like, Cade hasn't even had one fucking healthy season yet, for fuck's sakes. Like, every year Cade's been in the league, he's missed a lot of time due to injury. I don't know, but maybe if Cade Cunningham ends up missing time and can't stay healthy this year, then maybe we might need to start having that conversation after this year. But rough season for the Pistons. And of course, I believe this coming week or next week or a week after is when that in-season tournament begins that the Pistons have taken part of. Because, I actually forgot that the in-season tournament was still a thing. Because I guess the NBA is having that in-season tournament to still make up some funds that were lost from the China boycott. Because I guess that play-in tournament, the funds they're making off the play-in tournament TV ratings, I guess that's not good enough to recoup those China boycott funds, so we need more. And honestly, I have no expectations for the in-season tournament. I mean, it's kind of fucking meaningless. Like, there's really no incentive for it. Like, what's the incentive for it other than just TV? It's just a ploy for TV ratings to make up for the funds lost from the China boycott. Let's be real on that one. It's pretty much being treated the same way the NBA treats the play-in tournament to decide the last 2 spots for the playoffs. But yeah, just a rough week for Detroit basketball. The good news for the Pistons is, hey, it's still a very early, young season. Season's not a sprint, it's a marathon. There's still a long ways to go in the season. Now to the Red Wings, and for the Red Wings, after a rough week last week where everything went wrong for the Red Wings, this week they get things right back on track. Getting some pretty good wins, wrapping up their road trip with an overtime win on the Islanders. A game where the Wings started off pretty badly, where it's like, good lord, what the fuck was that team to start off the game against the Islanders? But of course, despite the Wings getting off to a slow start, there's always that old saying, it's never about how you start, it's about how you finish. And the Wings, they didn't start off the best, but they were able to finish it the right way, as the Wings came back from a 2-0 deficit on the Islanders to score 3 unanswered before the Islanders tied the game late, forcing overtime. And then Lucas Raymond gets redemption from that Seattle game last week, when Raymond had a potential game-winning shot bounce off the post. This time, Raymond would not be denied, as the Rain Man made it rain in Long Island for the win wheel. It got the Wings the win in Long Island. So yeah, that was a good win and a good redemption moment for Raymond after last week with that Seattle game. And then the Wings, the only hiccup in the middle of this week was the shutout loss to the Florida Panthers, which not really anything to be ashamed of. The Panthers, that's a team that's just coming off of making the Cup Finals last year. and shocking everybody, but it's upset galore. But yeah, I mean, they kept it pretty close with them, but in the end, the Wings just didn't do enough to get the job done on the island, the Panthers. But yeah, the Panthers still continue to be a thorn in the Wings' side. You know, just some teams you do well against and some you don't do well against. And the Wings just don't do well against the the Panthers. Why the fuck do I keep mistaking the Panthers with the Islanders? God damn it. And then the Wings, they wrapped the week up on Saturday with a 5-4 clutch win against the Bruins in a back-and-forth seesaw game against the Bruins, who are one of the top teams in the East so far to start this early season. And the Wings got a big win against the Bruins. Like, the Wings win against the Bruins Saturday. That was actually Boston's first loss in regulation this year. So yeah, that win Saturday, that was the Wings handed Boston their first loss in regulation this year. Wow. As it seems like for Boston, despite losing Bergeron and Krejci in the offseason, they still are picking up where they left off. Well, I didn't think they fall off too much. I mean, they still have Brad Marchand, and they still got David Pastrnak, so I didn't expect Boston to fall off there too much. But yeah, you know, hey, anytime you beat a division rival, especially an original six rival like Boston, it's a good day. But yeah, the Wings get the season back on track as they now sit 7-4-1 in the standings. So yeah, the Wings continue to stay above 500 and continue to get their season back on track after cooling off a bit last week with some inconsistency issues. You know, mainly, you know, I said last week the rest of the team needs to step up and that Larkin and DeBrincat can't do it on their own. And the rest of the team did step up this week because Larkin and DeBrincat haven't really done a whole lot this week. But, hey, you know, the rest of the team stepped up, especially Joe Foligno. As Foligno has really had a strong start to the season. Like, Foligno is really living up to the hype he got when he was taken in the first round by the Wings back in 2018. As Foligno is now moved up to the second line on the depth chart. So now he's a top 6 forward. Very interesting. You know, I like to see that kind of progress from Foligno. I was pretty high on him when he came out of the draft. You know, good. You know, hey, just some players take longer to develop than others. And Foligno's finally living up to the bill. But yeah, interesting to see how Foligno does the rest of the season. But so far, a lot of positives to take out of him for sure. You know, Wayne's starting to get the season back on track, you know. I mean, if the Waynes can just stay consistent, then definitely the ceiling's high. You know, even a lot of people have been talking positive about the Waynes, you know, saying that the NHL is a way better product when the Red Wings are good. I mean, hey, when you're being respected like that from everybody else in the community, that's usually some pretty positive signs that the Waynes are trending in the right direction. And I do agree. I mean, the NHL usually is a better product every time the Waynes are better. And, you know, I haven't been used to this in my life, of the Waynes struggling for so many years. Because most of my childhood, until the streak ended, I've been used to the Waynes being good for my entire childhood and winning cups. You know. But, you know, the Waynes definitely trending in the right direction. You know, just got to be a little more consistent. But, you know, hey, you know, still early in the season. You know, season's not a sprint, it's a marathon, but the Waynes got it going in the right direction. Just got to keep that foot on the gas pedal and keep rolling. But yeah, that wraps up for Detroit Sports Recap this week. I know the Tigers made a trade because, well, it's the Tigers and they're just a fucking mess. The Tigers have no fucking clue what they're doing. Like, the Tigers are just further solidifying that they're the worst team in Detroit right now. As the Wings are still trying to keep pace, you know, with the Lions in the race for the top team in Detroit. As, yeah, after the Pistons struggle, now it's safe to say the Wings are still number 2 to the Lions. But yeah, you know, some good things to say. I got a couple NBA trash talk videos coming out this week. You know, I actually fucked up with the Golden State video because, honest to God's truth, I thought the Pistons were playing the Warriors today on Sunday. I didn't know they were playing the Warriors on Monday. I did not know they were playing the Suns on Sunday. I misread the schedule. I actually uploaded that video a day early. I was supposed to upload that the same day to play the Warriors. But yeah, that's my fault. I'm human, I make mistakes. But yeah, the next one is against the Sixers. So yeah, that one I won't make a mistake there for sure. And of course, you know, NFL Trash Talk videos come back next week with the Chargers next week. Come with the Lions playing the Chargers next week. So yeah, Lions content comes back next week. Since this week was the bye week. So yeah, I took this week off. But yeah, at least the last 2 weeks, the Wings and the Pistons have gotten spotlight on their own, which is going to be good because most of the offseason is going to be a spotlight for Wings and Pistons until baseball season starts up in the summertime. But yeah, that wraps it up here. I mean, the next Red Wings and Pistons solo recap probably won't be till Thanksgiving weekend in a couple weeks, because the Lions playing on Thanksgiving Thursday against the Packers in a couple weeks. But yeah, next week, Pistons and Red Wings content return with the Detroit Lions recap next week, when the Lions play the Chargers. So yeah. So yeah, next week we go back to our regular scheduled programming next week. But yeah, we used to take a break from putting this in the Lions recap every week. But yeah, anyway, I think that'll wrap it up here. That's all I gotta say. Hope everyone has a great day. I'll see you all in the Lions preview later this week. I'm out.